You ready? Are you ready to see what we've spent? You don't have to spend any money. We spend the money for you and you just get food. Hi guys, my name is Pip and I thank you for watching my new video. Cue the intro.
Welcome to what I spend in a week.
I've seen this trend going around on YouTube where people from all over the world show you what they spend in a week. I've mostly seen videos from the US, so I thought it'd be fun to see what a 23-year-old full-time singer spends in 1 week. I like to consider myself pretty responsible with money, but there's always room for improvement. I think that actually tracking what you spend can give you a lot of insight. Last week was a pretty standard week for me, but there were some expenses that were a bit shocking. Let's just get into the video. Today is the first day of me tracking what I spend. Today is a Sunday. Normally I work on Sundays. Well, not always, but most of the time I work on Sundays. But I have a free Sunday. So I decided I'm gonna go with Marvin to his gig. It's a pretty fun one. It's a nice session in Haarlem. Haarlem, represent. So I'm probably gonna have to spend something on dinner tonight because we're not gonna be home around dinner time.
And you have to pay for your dinner.
Yeah, and you don't because you're working.
Yes.
So far, I've spent €0, but it's only 12 p.m. on the first day, so this can get a lot worse very quick. So on Sunday, I accompanied Marvin to one of his gigs, and I went there with one of my best friends, and we shared some snacks. The restaurant where Marvin had to sing was not a very cheap one, so for just a few snacks, we paid $8.50 each. And this was my only expense on Sunday. On Monday, Marvin, my boyfriend, went shopping for food. We actually have a joint account for everything in the house. So everything that we cook in here, like all the household items, everything for this little fur ball. Every month we have a certain amount that we put on the account. And that's our budget for the groceries and for this little guy. He spent €39, which I can divide by 2 because we go Dutch on this, which makes it €19.50. I had a gig on Monday. That's why I couldn't do the shopping. And that's why I sent Marvin to do it. But I had a gig and I got free lunch there and some more food, like some snacks. So that was good. Didn't have to pay for anything. Which brings me to the total of Monday, which is $19.50. Tuesday. Goody, this was a day. I had just started thinking about my future and retirement, so I thought I'm gonna have to start saving up for retirement. So last month I started investing in a retirement fund and I paid the starting costs on Tuesday, plus the monthly amount I'm gonna be saving. The starting costs were €45 and I'm gonna be putting €100 in that account every month, which makes the total of that $145. I wish this was the only expense of Tuesday. I had ordered a new PA system for my gigs. I have a lot of gigs where I have to do the sound myself, and I was in desperate need of a new one. So I ordered one, and it was, wait, let me see this. It was €1,305.59, including tax. Of course, this is a business expense, so this is a tax write-off. I am gonna put this in here because it's actual money that I spent. In the end, I'll just divide everything into business, private, food, you know what I mean. I also had to pay €11.71 for my business account because I have to pay for the account to have the account. Another thing I paid on Tuesday is my monthly contribution to Save the Children, which is a charity, and it's €4, which brings me to a total of €1,466.30. So today is Wednesday, and I was not planning on spending anything today, but Marvin's cooking tonight, and oh wait, someone's coming. Marvin was cooking and he found out that he bought the wrong kind of beans. He needed peas for what he was gonna make and he bought brown beans. So I'm gonna get it now. We're just gonna go for one thing. I'm probably gonna bring back a little bit more, but I did not bring a bag, so can't take home more than I can carry. Just got the thing that I needed. I'm proud. I went and got it from our joint account, which was €1.60, so divided by 2, that's 80 cents. Also, on the 27th, I have to pay my health insurance and the road tax. Here in the Netherlands, we pay tax for just owning a car, and how much you have to pay depends on the weight of your car and how economically friendly your car is. The road tax for me is €21 per month, and I pay €117.45 for my health insurance every month. Here in the Netherlands, we're obligated to have health insurance, so I have it. With the P's and the health insurance and the road tax combined, it's €139.25. Thursday, the 28th. Today it's Thursday and I'm gonna be getting some gas for my car. So that cost me $48.47, but most of this is a business expense. 78% of the kilometers I make are for my work, so I can write off 78% as a business expense, and 22% of the kilometers I drive are private. So I just divided that as well. This was my only expense for Thursday. It comes down to $37.80 as a business expense and $10.67 as a private expense, but the total is $48.47. Friday I paid the hosting for my website, which was $24.79, and that's a business expense, so I had €0 in private spending on Friday and $24.79 as a business expense. I had 2 gigs on Friday and there was a lot of food, so I didn't really have to get other food myself, which was great. Good morning. Today is Saturday, November 30th. I was supposed to go to the movies today with my cousin. We were supposed to go watch Frozen and they only showed the Dutch version around the time we were gonna go. So we decided not to go because we'd like to see it in English instead of Dutch. I'm not saying that the Dutch actors who did the voices for those characters aren't good, but we just like the English so much better. So we decided to postpone it. I'm going over to my parents right now. We have this little tradition on Saturday where we get spring rolls. It's not something we do every Saturday anymore, but if I'm free, I'll go over there and I'll take some with me from the mall on the way to my parents. When I was a little girl, I was in sort of a Girl Scout group. It was on Saturday mornings, and when my dad picked me up, we'd drive by the mall and get spring rolls. It was kind of our Saturday afternoon lunch tradition. It just reminds me of simpler times. We don't really do it that often anymore, but when we get the chance, we do it, and it's really nice. But today I'm gonna get them, so I'm gonna spend some money. Yesterday at the living room concert in Stiens, the first one, I got this. This is Fries suikerbrood, which is a sugary bread, and it's delicious, but look, it's so much I can't really eat this on my own, so I'm gonna bring it to my parents and we're gonna share it. I know that if I start eating this, I will not stop, so I'm just protecting myself.
Heerlijk, dankjewel Friesland.
I spent $4.80 on spring rolls. I had to fill up my tank again because Friday I had to drive very far. So it was almost empty again, so I needed to fill it up. And I had another gig Saturday night, so I needed some gas. I had to pay for parking, which was €7.75. But I use an app for that. It charges you at the end of the month. I pay that bill at the end of the month, so I didn't actually have to pay for it on Saturday, so I'm not gonna put that in. Which brings me to my total, which is €52.60. Which brings me to my total of the week. Hold me, Snarky. Dry my tears. My total of this week was $1,721 in 1 week. My heart hurts. But obviously this was because I had a few business expenses. Those came down to $1,524.37. That's like the biggest part of this. My private expenses were $197.24. $32.60 of that was for food. €4 of that was for charity. My insurance, that was $117.45 for insurance, and €21 for the road tax. I think that's actually pretty good. I didn't really spend anything this week because I have to pay for my insurance, I have to pay the tax. My business expenses are not really my private expenses, and those are investments. If people book me with my PA set, they also have to pay some extra for the PA set. So I'm gonna get my invested money back because people pay for it. I really need gas to get to the gigs, so that's also a necessity. I've only spent $33.60 on food, and that's also a necessity. I was supposed to go to the movies, which would have been about €15. This is a pretty regular week for me, but I do buy clothes sometimes. I do buy other things that I like, but if I don't really need it, I don't really buy it. The business expenses are things I actually save up for. What I do is I never really pay myself everything that I make that month. I grant myself a set amount just for each month. That amount is lower than the average income of my business, so I can save up for these kinds of things. If my guitar breaks, I have to buy a new one, and I'm able to because I'm saving up for those things. Just please don't break. It's not that I never buy anything for myself or never do any fun things. My work is a very social thing. I get to play music for people and make people happy. At the end of the month, I'll be making a what I spent in a month video, so you can see the cost of living in a small city in the Netherlands a little bit better. I'll be including rent and all other monthly payments in that video. I hope you liked seeing what I spent in a week living in Gouda. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if it differs a lot where you live, let me know. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
If you like this video, click the thumbs up. Let me show you many other videos you probably also like.